We're often taught that anger is a bad thing, that we should push it down, ignore it, or just be the bigger person. But anger isn't the problem. It's a signal. It's telling you that something isn't right, that something needs change. The real issue isn't anger itself, it's how we respond to it. Unhealthy anger leads to lashing out, shutting down, or making impulsive decisions. Maybe you've snapped at a loved one or held on to resentment for years or reacted in ways that only made the situation worse. That kind of anger doesn't solve anything, it just keeps us stuck. But healthy anger, that's different. That's when you recognize your workplace is draining you, and instead of getting angry and frustration, you start exploring new opportunities. It's when you feel unappreciated in a relationship, and instead of bottling it up or exploding, you have an honest conversation about what you need. It's when you realize you've been neglecting yourself, and that frustration pushes you to make real change, whether it's setting boundaries, leaving toxic situations, or prioritizing your own well-being. Anger, when used in a healthy way, can be one of our greatest motivators. The key is learning to recognize when it's pointing us towards something better rather than letting it control our actions in ways that we regret. This is something I help people with as a life coach, learning how to navigate emotions like anger in a way that leads to growth rather than destruction. If you've ever felt stuck in an unhealthy pattern or struggled to express what you really need, know that you're not alone. These are the things you can work through, and when you do, anger becomes less of a burden and more of a guide. So next time you feel that fire boiling inside of you, pause. Instead of reacting, ask yourself, what is this anger trying to tell me? Maybe it's time for change. Maybe it's time to speak up. Maybe it's time to finally choose yourself.